Welcome to Retired Rider. Hope that you're doing well today. I think in this video what we're going to do is we're going to stay on basically topic. The last 2 or 3 videos we've done has been, do you cover your bike when you store it for the winter? Do you put it on a battery tender? Do you use fuel stabilizer? Do you top off your tank? So we're going to stay on that a little bit today, and we're going to talk about tires. Tires, which most people don't think anything about their tires. Most of us don't even think about checking the air in our tires before we take a trip or just going out for a cruise, which we should always do that. We might think about it every now and then. At least that's me. I'm guilty of it. I forget all the time. But do we check our tire pressure during the winter while the bike's sitting? Do we move the bike so that we don't get flat spots in our tires from the bike sitting in the wintertime? Now I know some of you are going to say, well, you know, the bike is not sitting that long, so how can it get flat spots in the tires if it's not sitting that long? Well, out of personal experience, which could have been a freak thing, I don't know, but I had a bike do that to me. It could have been the tires. Maybe the tires weren't a good quality tire. I can't remember what tire was on the bike. But I do know that when I put it up for the winter, I had no issues with it at all as far as flat spots on the tires. And then come spring, I did. I had flat spots on the tires and had to replace the tires. Now this happened to me years ago, so I couldn't tell you what tire brand it was or anything like that. So I do move the bike. I mean, especially when I had it in the garage, I would move it from spot to spot, here to there, you know. Then when I did a video, I'd put it back. You know, to wherever I do the video. But now it's going to be a little bit of an issue because we basically got one spot, but we'll figure something out. Even if we have to put it on the jack stand and spin the wheels and set it back down. But yeah, I think it's necessary to keep your tires properly inflated during the winter. And while the bike's not even being rode. And I think it's very important to move the bike or jack it up and put it on a jack stand or whatever, and then rotate the tires and then set it back down, however you want to do it, or just leave it jacked up on a jack stand. That's not going to hurt it either. Now, some of you might say that might hurt the suspension. I don't think so, but hey, I don't know everything, so maybe it could, depending on what kind of suspension you have. So, yeah, I mean that's what I do, and I do believe, I know for a fact it happened to me. Now, yeah, maybe those tires are starting to get flat spots in them before wintertime, and I just didn't notice it. But all I know is I didn't move the bike that whole winter. It stayed where it was, and then spring time came. I had flat spots in the tires, and before that, in the previous fall and summer before that, I didn't have any issues with the tires. So my question to you is, do you keep your tires properly inflated during the wintertime while you're not riding? Do you check your inflation at all? And do you rotate your tires? And what I mean by rotate, not like rotate the front to the back like a car. I mean, do you move the bike so your tire is not sitting in the same spot for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending on where you are in the country, to how long your winter's going to last? Because I do think it's detrimental to the tire to just let the bike sit, don't check the air pressure, and just let the bike sit in one spot. Don't move it at all for, you know, like I said, anywhere from 2 to 6 months. I think that has a bad effect on the tire, which in my experience it did. So, like I said, please put it down there in the comment section and let me know what you do with your tires. You know, some of you might say, well, you know, I ain't had an issue, and you might not. But like I said, in my experience, it did happen to me. You know, and that's ever since that time I've been, you know, make sure I check my tire pressure during the winter, and make sure I move the bike around, that the bike ain't sitting in the tires are not sitting in the same spot all winter long. Now, that's just what I do, and that's what my question to you guys is in this video is, do you do that? Does the thought even come to you? Does your tires come to you at all when you're thinking of putting your bike up for the winter? Do you think about your tires at all? Does that even come into play? Does anybody think about their tires? Does anybody even think anything about keeping them properly inflated, or keep the, you know, like I said, put it on jack stand? Yeah, I'm repeating myself. Put it on the jack stand, spin the tires around, set it back down, or just leave it on the jack stand. Because me and my experience, I think it's vital to do that. So like I said, leave it down there in the comment section. Let me know if you guys even think about your tires, if you keep them properly inflated, and if you make sure that they're not sitting in the same spot the whole time it's in storage for winter. Anyway, you guys have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. You know, I've seen this with other YouTubers, but our views are down. I don't know what's going on. I've said it before, but I mean, all I can do is put content out there, is do quality content that I feel is quality content, which that sure didn't sound like quality content, but you know what I'm saying. But everybody's got a different opinion on what you should do on a YouTube video, what you should say, what you shouldn't say. Not mentioning any names and not being disrespectful to anybody, and not putting anybody down. And everybody's got their own opinion and a right to your opinion, and I get that. But me in my opinion, you should not go on somebody's channel and critique how they do their YouTube channel, even if you feel like they're not doing a good job, which some of you might feel like I'm doing a horrible job. People that are just visiting just now, just watching me for the first time, might think, you know what, he's doing a horrible job. He's, I don't like him, and that's fine. And you have that right to feel that way, and you don't have to watch the channel, and that's great. I mean, much respect to you, and you guys know I have respect for everybody. But I don't think it's fair to go. I would never do that. I would never go on a YouTube channel to that YouTuber and say, hey, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, especially if you're not asking for advice. Now, I'm not trying to be mean, like I said, but I don't think you should do that. That's just not proper. That's just not something you should do. Everybody's got their unique style. Yes, I did, just say it, Everybody's got their unique style. Everybody's got, everybody's different. Everybody does things different. Some people repeat themselves like I do. Some people say, Some people might say, it is what it is, or, whatever, whatever they're saying. I mean, that's just the way it is. Nobody's perfect. We're not actors. We're not experts. None of us are, Well, there's some channels that do an excellent job, and maybe, you could say they're up the top line, but us lower channels, we're not experts. We're not professionals. We're on here just winging it. We're just trying to get better. So, it is what it is. All we can do is just do our best and hope, that the channel grows. I'm not on here to make money. If anybody else is, much respect to you. Do what you got to do. If you want to make money on YouTube and you want to make that channel grow to that point, that's fine. I just love it. I have fun doing it. I have fun going back and forth with everybody that comments. I just love it. And I didn't mean any disrespect to anybody when I just was talking about don't tell people how you shouldn't go on somebody's YouTube channel and make a comment and tell them how bad they're doing or what they're doing wrong. I mean, that's something you should not do. I would never do it. I don't care how I felt about it. I'm always going to leave you a positive note, because that's what that's what you should do. Just everything should be positive. We don't want to go to a negative. And I understand constructive criticism. I get that, but maybe we should leave that alone, leave that out. I guess you'll know if your channel grows or if it don't, what kind of job you're doing. It also has a lot to do with the YouTube algorithm too. If they're not pushing your videos out there, if they're not pushing, that's a little bit of an inside joke right there. But if they're not pushing it out there, then it is what it is. I mean, I'm not an expert with YouTube. I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, back to the tires again, because I'm going to say it one more time, because that's basically really what this was about before I went rambling on about YouTube. But yeah, do you check your inflation due to winter in your tires, and do you make sure you don't leave your tires sitting in one spot all winter long? Leave it down there in the comment section and let me know. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care now.